these schemes will give them tax relief. But yeah, I say, who are the other two types of investors? We have people perhaps who are outright punters. We heard that term. If you're an outright punter, and you want basically it's to see profit in 5 years' time, that's absolutely fine. But they've got to know where that money is going to what's going to happen to it. System, as guys mentioned, people can put money in and be directors, so they can actually play sort of crucial role in that process. Just want to sort of bring it back into the context of when I was in as well. We talk about people who can benefit from these schemes are individuals with UK tax liabilities. But we talk about companies, I mentioned UK companies. It doesn't have to be a UK company. It can be a foreign company that has a UK base of business. So it's conceivable that foreign companies, potentially from India, can actually replace business here and still qualify for the tax relief. Yeah, but that's So it's not just limited to something being hidden. But dash.
You did well.
Yes.
You did well. But of course, I'm going to perhaps come back to you in a minute again, both Andrew and Tony. We talked about now investors. Yes, investors would see good tax benefit. But what about entrepreneurs? I'm currently working with a couple of entrepreneurs, technology startups, who are looking to raise funds to fund their business. What is in it for entrepreneurs? Are they really looking for just short-term capital without really any hassle of venture capitalists really making it very difficult for them? What is that entrepreneurs should be looking for when they get into this partnership with SEIS or EIS? I love you, Tony. Anybody?
Yeah. Thank you, Jay. I run a crowdfunding platform, which means I raise money for companies either through shares or bonds. And through shares, it's EIS, SEIS. So I see a lot of companies. Probably for every company, I only look at 6 companies. There are only 6 companies out of every 100. And yes, I have a good idea of what companies are looking for. Invariably, they're looking for cash. Cash, cash, cash. And to give as much or as little as possible for the cash they can have. So if you're asking me, are you asking me what they should be doing?
Yeah, what is that entrepreneur is looking for? Is it just cheap money, short-term capital, or more than that? Are they looking for a partnership here?
I really don't want to answer because it's not what I look at. Raise money and try and get them to put a pitch on the platform that is suitable for investors. So I care about investors and I care about the company. What should a company do? I'm not going to try and teach you guys what is expected of companies. You obviously need a good business plan, a really good business plan. You need to show what the product is, how you're going to scale it. It really depends on management, the type of management, your profile, how good you'll have been in the past, and importantly, how much skin in the game you have. In other words, how much money you guys have put into the business. And I ask most entrepreneurs when they come to a platform such as ours to look at it from the viewpoint of the investors. Most people come onto the platform and have really fancy ideas of what they're worth. You get a lot of apps coming up, and when you talk to somebody who's been developing an app for the last 3-4 weeks, he's come to you and say, the valuation's £1 million. And the truth is, those days are gone. I think a couple of years ago you might have been able to do that. And the climate for EIS, SEIS is pretty paltry at the moment. People in this country are sitting on their hands. There's not a lot of investment since Brexit. People are very cautious despite the fact they get 50% tax relief on SEIS and 30% tax relief. They are very conscious that they have to wait for five years before they even see an exit. So it's not as open as people might think. The one thing I would say to people from India, or whoever is wanting to start up in the UK, it is a source of funding. A source of funding probably, yeah, it's a foreign currency, and the issue that arises in a lot of these cases is due diligence. So unless you can satisfy somebody like me that the company is sound, it's a very easy way of doing it. I should say that I suppose I'm selling myself more now. Besides EIS and SEIS shares, I also do what is normally called crowd bonds. We think it's a more attractive proposition for companies to raise money using bonds.
Thank you. I think that covers.
Yes, I think
Go.
what Tony was trying to cover was that it gives people an opportunity to exit, which sometimes can be a challenge if you are in a CDIS or an EIS enterprise, because the liquidity of the investment or the equity that you own can be quite challenging to exit. However, irrespective of the economic environment, with the way these alternative investment schemes have been very, very popular over the last several years now. The enterprise investment scheme or the seed enterprise investment scheme has been very popular for startups. And if you are a fast-growing or a new is good, then the ability to raise money can be quite attractive.